Okay, so we are live in the finals of lower bracket, Reason Gaming and Team MiCRO fighting for the spot in the grand final. One of these teams will get a chance to rematch New Era for the grand title, and we are starting this series on Matmata.
Now it seems like Reason Gaming coming off the high from that last win are now going for another victorious round. Gubox finishing off with a quick 1-0. And as you can see, the Hungarians are now already in action, getting the first round on their first map. Right now we are seeing quite a shepherd on the scope. And of course, as always, we have our star players, Dub0 and Sneaker on the shotgun on the MiCRO side. This time, however, Gubox is not taking the shotgun for some reason.
We did see him changing weapons a few times during this tournament. Still, shotgun being the main one. Spirits with the assist as skills. He's able to take down Kiko. 4 versus 3. But now a beautiful nade by Snaker to put Spirit out of this round. 3 versus 3. The MiCRO still trying to find their way to the side. Gubox. Can he find that kill?
Very good position and now takes down the killer of his teammate. Now in a 2 versus 2. Checks the A corridor for any more stragglers. And now Ninja is coming closer to his position. Let's see who blinks first. Ninja has no idea and gets taken down. 2 versus 1 now. Dub0, the scope, is now on the prowl with 40 seconds on the clock, looking towards A corridor. Doesn't see anybody. And now getting closer to Pavadox, who is clearly hiding right now. Pavadox now relays information that the bomb is being planted to B. Dub0 now aborts the bomb plant and tries to kill Pavadox. Comes close to the corner. And makes a no-scope, and now with his last bullet takes down Pavadox and skills. Coming in to finish the round 2-0 already. Reason Gaming is now pulling off with yet another victorious round. Let's see how the third one goes.
Great start here by Skills. It was a close round, but at the end of the round, of the point, it was Skills taking all of the glory to himself. So it is 2-0 right now, and Kiko struggling in that fight. Kiko misses another one. Only 8 HP taken. Snaker pushing towards the side. But the bullets rain is coming here for from Reason Gaming as they take out already 2 of the allies here. 5 versus 3. Seems like Reason might be going for the third point in a row. As it's now only Antanas and Ninja. He's staying alive on this Matmata. We've seen Reason doing really well on this map. Winning this to begin their last match. And
Very
Team
powerful
MiCRO.
crossfires being set up by Reason Gaming right now, and it seems that the troubles that they've had in the last match are nowhere to be seen so far. Third round goes to them. And we are now seeing Gubox switch to the shotgun as he has an M1 Garand right now.
And one thing about Team MiCRO here is that they waited such a long time for this match. Reason Gaming, they might be a bit exhausted from the last match, but they are at least in game. They are in the mood. Team MiCRO has to get into all of this once more, as they have been waiting since like... It's hard to say. They have been waiting since like, I don't know, 6 PM for this match. And we do see that they haven't achieved the level that they presented yet, and Reason Gaming is taking advantage of that as they are now seeking for the 4th point out of 4 rounds.
You could say that playing a lot in just one day without any major breaks is a double-edged sword. For some people, it could be detrimental to their energy levels, and for some, it could just fire them up. And as you can see, Reason Gaming is definitely fired up, and MiCRO is already calling a timeout after 4-0.
And MiCRO definitely needs some sort of awakening here. As right now you do see Reason Gaming just completely demolishing round after round. By the way, Skills hasn't died yet on this map. It is 8-0 with an average of 2 kills per round, an average of 0 deaths per round. It looks absolutely fantastic in Reason Gaming. They would love to quickly finish this match, as they do possibly still have one more team to beat. As I said earlier, the final boss of this tournament, New Era, waiting in the grand finals.
One thing we could say that Skills is a very, very consistent player. He is always near the top of the charts, but the star of this tournament in Reason Gaming is Gobox himself, who is currently in 5th place in terms of statistics with a 3.4 FPS rating in over 21 maps with a 1.49 KD. And that is incredible, as the next person who has more than 20 maps is Razor with a 3.22 and 1.36 KD. Gobox, the shotgunner of the Hungarian team, is definitely putting on a performance this weekend.
And he was pretty much unstoppable, especially dueling other shotgunners there, winning a huge part of those fights, emerging in smokes. And as a Reason Gaming, you would love to have someone like that as a point, not only of your defense, keeping, for example, sides like on maps like Breakout, but also having a huge part of that offense and being able to punish every single mistake from the other shotgunner.
Seems like Reason Gaming is going for a passive approach this time. Nobody going further than B or A. Not even extending towards the A corridor or B tank at all. But then Gobox on the overlook goes down. Snaker gets a kill. And now the Hungarian team is down one man. One of the most important people who could make the difference is now out of the equation. And we see multiple MiCRO members converging on middle with a possible B plant in the end. But things are still up in the air, as we have Snaker and Antalash looking for more people to catch. Pavdox also goes down. One more B player out. And there goes Skills. Coming back, getting a kill. Snaker, the enemy shotgun, has been taken out. Spirit tries to go towards B, but gets taken out. Dubzera is now using the opportunity to hit the last two defenders from behind. Fakes the bomb plant. And now Antalash with another fake on the other bomb side. Skills goes down. And now Shepard trays the frag. Ninja on the overlook is now trying to find Shepard, but Shepard finds the last enemy instead. 5-0. The Hungarians are still unstoppable so far.
What a
Let's look at how
clutch coming
Shepard
here.
has done.
Reason
Beautiful.
Gaming with a beautiful performance on Matmada, and even after this timeout MiCRO, they just cannot get into the same flow as they have been throughout the whole day. Because against FX, they were fantastic, winning 2-0, showing us fantastic current time. Against New Era, they lost 0-2, but they still made a great resistance. And right now against Reason, it seems like they lack the same power. Kiko with the start, but Skills already finding Snaker. Party as well. It is 4 versus 3, and no matter how you start, it's still Reason Gaming taking control of the round. Gabox now with this shotgun. Looking for another victim here in the smoke. 4 versus 3 as Team MiCRO are slowly marching towards bomb side A, but we do see Paradox controlling the mid. We do see Ninja, who might be in danger considering Gabox's position. Seems like Reason might be going here for 6-0.
And now you can see that Shepard is already converging onto A. It seems like Reason is already reading the MiCRO playbook. As we have a third player, Gobox, nearby in case help is needed. Skills now with Shepard's bait, gets another kill, and Gobox finishes the round. Antolash goes down 6-0. The Hungarian defense is still going as strong as ever.
And even though that MiCRO finally were able to kill Skills, it's still not only him but the whole Reason Gaming being such a strong team there. Dubzira and Snaker with first elimination, Santalas following, and it seems like finally Team MiCRO might join us on the scoreboard. Snaker finds Paradox. Spirits as the only one standing after such a long wait. Team MiCRO will get the first point. Dubzira planting the bomb, as now it's just a hunt for the last player from the Axis side. Spirit still wandering throughout this Matmara, looking for anything more but Ninja being the first one to get to him and finally get the first point for Team MiCRO.
And this is where being fired up also means that you are more prone to mistakes. As Reason Gaming thought that being a bit more aggressive after a couple cautious rounds will have its advantages, and there you go. They all fell apart very quickly, and now we see 6-1. And also, Paradox and Skills are going down to a single grenade. Antolash gets a double entry onto A side, and now Gobox has to fight them off alone. Goes down. Now Spirit, the only one left. And 1 versus 4. Here's the bomb plant almost going down. There you go, gets the second kill. Dubzera getting killed, and now Ninja finishes them off, almost dying to Spirit himself. And there we go, the second MiCRO round is in the bag.
It seems like they are slowly coming back. But it still doesn't change the fact that Reason had such a strong start here. And we did see that Reason can present us with really good ally side here. As working as the allies gives just so much more space for Gobox, but he's showing us that he's also fantastic playing as the Axis, going for the triple. Skills now winning that scope duel with Dubzira, as it's only Kiko staying here alive. 2 beautiful rounds by Team MiCRO, and Reason were fed up with it. They decided that that's enough, and it's time to strike back. 7-2, Reason Gaming once more showing very dominant performance on the Axis side of Atmara.
And there you can see that now they have quickly figured out how to counter this MiCRO attack. And when they tried to go aggressive, they were taken down immediately. And this time, Reason Gaming is the one to get away with the win after such an attack. And now, first frags are coming in for this round as well. Skills getting one along with Kikoje. Skills getting a third, as a grenade and another MP44 kill is in his bag. Gobox getting another one, which leaves Antolash alone. And from the A corridor, trying to look for an entry. Gets on the side, but Shepard finishes him 8-2. Very dominant Reason Gaming first half so far.
And as Team MiCRO, you encountered a few big problems. First of all, you waited for this match for a long time, so you have to get your head into the game. And second of all, when you look at Reason Gaming, you see Party, Spirit, Paradox, 3 great players, but beside that, you see 2 one-man armies on this map, Skills and Gobox, which both showed us that they can single-handedly destroy all your attack without breaking a sweat if you only let them have too much space. They will show their power. Dubzira now finding a great lane and Spirit. Ninja set of eliminations, but those great reflex coming from Team MiCRO are letting them have a little bit of advantage here. Gobox finally getting Ninja down, but this 2 versus 3 as Team MiCRO are pushing more further and further towards the A side. Seems like it finally might be the plant coming from the allies here, but Gobox still very close. Might not change a thing since it will be Dubzira finding that quick scope on him, leaving Party in the 1 versus 3. The bomb will not be planted yet, but Kiko with the nade to kill Party. And finally, bringing point number 3 to Team MiCRO.
And now we see the MiCRO formula getting better and better each time. We see a third round from them. Maybe the key is going towards A, as all of their attacks that were successful have been towards the A side. And now, once again, 3 players are converging in from A corridor. None of the Reason players are expecting that. And now, Spirit is trying to look towards the A bomb site. He hears the bomb plant, gets another frag. Antolash is going down, 2 versus 4. The last 2 players are now reduced to 1. Ninja, the only one left. Snaker going back to spawn, checking out B site to see if it's a valuable option instead of A. But Shepard shuts him down as he expects the player to come from spawn. And now 9-3 is the score we end up with in this first half. Reason Gaming is now going on the attack. MiCRO having to defend. And here now the players already pressing the ready button. And we're continuing our match. Let's see who wins the heavy weapons. Antolash on the shotgun, Dub0 on the scope. And now on Reason Gaming, we are seeing Pavadox on the scope and Gobox with the shotgun.
And Paradox already trying to make use of that scope. While Reason Gaming is going for the push. Great reaction by both Skill and Paradox, and now Spirit joining them. Antalas for the first kill for the defending side here. But at the end of those trades, it's only Dub0 left. In the 1 versus 3, seems like Reason really want to finish this map fast. Seems like they just cannot wait to go for this rematch, to go for the grand final. I think I might have a theory why Reason is playing so fast. Someone finally gave them a present. And this present was a watch showing them what hour is it.
There's definitely some kind of magic ingredient in this gameplay. And after all of those best of threes they've had so far, it might be just the fact that they have ironed out most of their mistakes, which could be just very general communication related. As we have seen, they were struggling very hard, even on their own picks, before reaching a victory with a very close scoreline. And here we go. The fruit of their work. 10-3 so far, but this round is falling apart as 3 players go down. Kikozje getting a double, and now Antolash very close to getting Pavadox in the smoke. However, cannot find him. Snaker gets to him instead, and Spirit, as the only one left, is now going towards B.
Spirits will be able to at least plant a bomb. If he could manage to find a 1v3 like that. Spirits already looking for those kills. No. This is too much even for him. Team MiCRO this time getting the points. Not wasting such a huge lead. 4-10. And Reason Gaming still having to hold their horses when it comes to those closing points of map number 1. Matmata still not for them. Of course, they are so far ahead here. And we do know that Ally side might still do a fantastic job.
That was a very interesting scenario there once he was retreating into the corner. He didn't really look at the enemy that was closest to him, as if he didn't even see him.
Oh,
But let's not worry about that, as we are seeing an angry Reason Gaming pushing towards A. 2 kills coming in for Reason, and now a third one, and now MiCRO getting a second kill. 3 versus 2, Reason Gaming with the advantage. Ninja coming up to equalize the situation, and Gobox is left alone for now, looking through the edge of the smoke, trying to find someone on the access side, while he's waiting for Pavadox coming from the corridor to help him out. Gobox with a very cheeky plant.
But most
Jumps up
important,
towards the stairs, but doesn't know that Ninja is there, and this leaves Pavadox in a 1 versus 2. And now he's in a kind of impossible situation. Killing the stairs player will be a very hard task as he misses a shot, which could have been his. And now he runs away, but Antalash is already waiting for him with the shotgun. 10-5, it seems MiCRO is now trying to gain a full hold.
And it got kind of dangerous with Recent Gaming pushing so aggressively towards bomb side A, but Team MiCRO once again withstanding the pressure and the beautiful play by Ninja there, cleaning everyone in that smoke. Leaving only Gabox here, trapped in the fog. Ninja is kills. First eliminations, but now skills taking matter into his own hands. 2 eliminations already coming for him as Antarash now is looking for the refrag, but Reason Gaming finding themselves on bomb side A, and now Spirit cleaning the other side of the map as it's only Antalas and Sanaker. Antalas, he might try to push the smoke, but the problem is that the bomb is being planted by Spirit on the other part of the map. Team MiCRO with no reaction to this one. As Antalas is now fighting 1 versus 4, he gets the first one, but Spirit already here for another one. 11-5. 2 more points to go, and a fantastic round by Reason with a beautiful execution.
Looking at this monstrous attack, you can just hear those Hungarian voices in your head screaming, and I know for sure that the guys got riled up and now even more excited than ever, gaining more confidence to close out this map fast. As we're looking at skills on the Overlook, getting 1 kill, and almost getting a second. But Snaker finishes him off, 4 versus 3. And now Shepard looking to find another opponent on A, along with his teammate Spirit on B side. Spirit finds a head, but Pavadox is the one to finish Dub-Zera. And now we have a 3 versus 3. The last defender now going back to his own spawn. Spirit is planting the bomb in a very safe position. And the bomb goes down on B side. MiCRO now restructuring, slowly gathering themselves to go to B side collectively.
But Kiko having hard time going into this fight. Team MiCRO still on the mission to go for the defuse. Kiko as the first one to encounter the enemy, but Spirit already taking Ninja down. Kiko also taking the bullets, biting the dust. The Snaker is the only one alive. 1v3 with no much time left. Snaker still cannot find this one hit, so that means only one thing, that Reason Gaming will be winning the first map, almost, lacking only this 1 point.
There we see another superb teamwork for Reason Gaming, getting the 12th round, which means we are at our first map point in this series on Matmata. Reason Gaming very dominant so far, and it seems we are looking at some kind of technical problem as Shepard very suddenly calls out a timeout.
But the problem is that we might not even see this timeout if Reason is able to win this round. But seems like, okay, we might have a chrono break to go back to round 18 if timeout was called.
It seems that there was some kind of server-related change. As you see, strat time was changed by someone. I don't know by whom, and it seems that Reason is suspecting someone on the other side, which may have prompted all this chaos in the round. However, we are still seeing the 6th round going for MiCRO.
Okay, did you see this strat time being literally 0? Or something like that. Okay, something weird happened here.
Strat time is the freeze before the
I know.
I did not see the change itself, so I was quite confused by the message, but then saw when it was reverted to the default value. Meanwhile, 3 versus 3, which is now 2 versus 3. Skills also going down while planting the bomb. Pavadox getting his first kill in this 1 versus 3. Now looking for Kikazje and Ninja, both of them right behind them, separated by a wall. And now the two MiCRO players are slowly starting to chase him. Well, let's see if Paradox realizes that in time before gifting MiCRO a 7th round.
Well, this would be very stylish finish if Paradox would be able to find this clutch far away from both Kiko and Ninja. None of them with scope. So he might go and notice here, and also picking that long distance fights might actually benefit him a lot. But the problem is that he is going towards the B side. At least that's what it seems about right now, only checking those positions. Swapping to A with 35 seconds on the clock. And Ninja being the closer one to this fight. Lots of positions, so Paradox might need to take some risks and take some guesses about what MiCRO might do here. No nades.
J is in the most perfect position to take down Paradox while he is planting. Paradox is unsure, but now knows that he is being looked at through those pixel cracks of the bomb plant and gets taken down. And now the 7th MiCRO round is being confirmed in the next couple of seconds as Ninja is defusing the bomb.
So it seems like MiCRO are here for the comeback, as two of the map points were already defended by them. Reason, of course, still with plenty of time to finish map number 1. And yeah, I do see now strat time being normal. I missed it last round to see this. I was also a bit confused by this message because everything seemed fine, but it seems like whatever problem it seemed to be, this resolved by far. Kiko, great dodges, but the problem is that Prison Gaming are letting themselves into the side when we are here for the bloodbath. Antaras with the first, Gabox with the response skills as well. 2 for 1 for now for Reason Gaming, and Kiko still fighting for his life. Gabox and Dubzira making this a 3v2, but Dubzira is so far away from the action. Paradox, it might be a scope duel between those two, and Kiko in the meantime trying to fight for his life. Bomb not planted yet, as Kiko is still trying to punish them, and Skills just jumping in front of him to make this a 3v1 and a 1v3 scope clutch for Dubzira. Can he make it, or is it the end of map number 1? Is it Reason Gaming taking this point? Dubzira already saw one of the players, but he misses the shot, and it cannot end well if Dubzira misses those shots. So crucial to the success of this mission. A leg hit, a nice pistol shot, Paradox eliminated, but Skills will spam him. 13-7, and it's Reason Gaming winning the first map of this series. It's
Let's
right
look
now
at the
them.
stats real quick. Once again, just like you said earlier, Skills 24-11. What a monstrous statistic. Seems like this map really suited him this time. And as we could see, Reason Gaming with a very hard push.
But right
Coming
now,
in like a freight train, destination bomb side A. Just finished off with a 13-7.
but right
And
now,
now,
we will be going for a short break before starting map number 2. And after that, Burgundy, where Reason Gaming will try to finish this match 2-0 and go into the grand finals. seems like we are back. A very short break since both teams want to be done with this match. They want to just go for a fight. Reason Gaming winning Matmata 13-7. And right now we are going for Burgundy. Probably pick up the MiCRO. And this will be a fun match since Reason Gaming is already on the B side. Going for the first push, but Ninja denying it with the first shot of the round.
One very interesting turn of events is that the scope on Reason is being passed around like candy, and Spirit is the one to take the scope this time. And unsurprising, Gobox is still on the shotgun. And now on MiCRO's side, we still have the shotgun on Antalas and Dub0 picking up the scope. Meanwhile, the bomb plant, Gobox getting 2 quick kills. And now Snaker is left alone in 1 versus 2 against Shepard and Spirit. Spirit is taken down. And now there is an open plant. Snaker with a fake defusal is now looking for Shepard. Finds Shepard and gets the first round for Team MiCRO. Very beautifully played by Snaker. Looks like he knows the Reason Gaming playbook on this map very well. There we see Gobox with that double kill. And now Snaker's 2 quick frags. There you have it. Beautifully clutched.
And we do see that this map should be a bit more intense than the first one. It's Team MiCRO right now are already going in, and Ninja
What an
beautiful
insane
kills
shot.
Kiko.
Look at that insane shot from Ninja. What even was that flick? And now we see the entire Reason Gaming team eliminated in a very short amount of time. It's like the round barely even started, and now we are looking at 2-0. MiCRO extending the lead. Now let's see how Spirit this time is going to handle the people crossing over to B. I see nobody crossing so far. Seems like they're waiting for the smoke to pop completely. However, Ninja is too early and gets killed by Spirit, who is now throwing the nade towards the B corridor. Nobody's getting hit by that. But Shepard is finding a frag, gets taken down by Dub0. And now we have a 3 versus 3. 2 Americans already at the entrance of B, looking for that single defender. Let's see if they find him.
Spirit in the smoke. Will he be able to find another kill there? As Antalas is at the other side of the smoke. Minute to go. Spirit still looking for that kill. And he finds Antalas, so it's another point. Being closer to Reason Gaming, but MiCRO already took 2 of those away. But the bomb is planted right now. Dub0 and Snaker on this clutch. With Dub0 finding first. Kills very important position right now. He cannot give it up. He has Spirit to help. Still plenty of time. Team MiCRO trying to go for this retake. Spirit actually chasing down one of the other players. And Spirit will be able to find Snaker. Making it a lot easier for the allies here to get this point. Dub0 1v2. 30 seconds on the clock. And he knows about those positions, but skills hidden. He couldn't find the skill, and now the scope fight between Dub0 and Spirit. Spirit buying the precious second. Spirit, a no scope fight, taking out the pistol, and Spirit with the quadra to bring the first point for Reason Gaming.
There's a huge round from Spirit, getting those early frags on B and then going out, having an adventure around that cross tank. And taking out that lurking defender, trying to catch him off guard. And now we see that 1v1 handled beautifully. And now the hero of the last round goes down first. And it's Dub0 finds Spirit with a grenade. Shepard now trades an enemy's life. Gobox getting another kill. Now it's a 3 versus 3 as Gobox himself goes down as well. Skills now planting the bomb. And MiCRO have no grenades to respond with. Which leaves us with a very easy bomb plant. We see the Americans already taking up defensive positions, but they have no idea yet where the enemy will come from. First footsteps can be heard on the right, but the numbers are still unknown. First one to see them is Paradox, getting a kill, and now is being overwhelmed by Antalash with the shotgun. Shepard will now have to defuse the situation, but is being looked at by Antalash already, who's now getting close to the shotgun. And now Antalash finishes up with a 4K. MiCRO getting a third round on board.
And right now, this defense setup by Team MiCRO looks fantastic, even though that Reason are going to regularly plant the bomb on B by keeping MiCRO out of the rotation for the first few seconds. It's still MiCRO at the end of the round being able to found those beautiful post plants. Gabox with the nades. He will not find the kill here as Kiko is able to get safely into the bomb site B, and Party finally bringing some action to the other side of the map, but Ninja in the meantime taking down Paradox and bringing that advantage to Team MiCRO, as now Snaker can retreat, Snaker can play much safer position. The MiCRO focusing on B side with this one anchor left as a Snaker here, and also Antalas in the sniper house. MiCRO taking this really slowly as Reason didn't give them any reasons to go further here, and now Kiko caught by the snake, 4 against 4, but it's still Reason without really great positions for the push. But if they take out Ninja and somehow push Antalas away of this house, this might be a very quick change of events.
Here we are seeing the first shots moving towards B side. Ninja is now taken out. B is completely free until Dub0 goes in with the scope. Now Skills finds Dub0. B is now free as Shepard coming from A is now looking to find Snaker, who goes down as well. The second round for Reason Gaming is in. And we are seeing how Skills managed to find 2 players in a short amount of time, taking down 1 player from each site. Beautifully done by the Hungarian player.
2-3. As we are diving into this map, we are here for an intense show, but now Spirit, what a start coming from him. 2 eliminations already. As you do see Spirit really fantastically covering that middle, getting those 2 eliminations. As now we are still in 4 versus 3 with only Gabax being eliminated from the side of Reason Gaming, but Team MiCRO still far away from that retake. Spirit seeking for the 3rd kill here. And Team MiCRO getting up really slowly to this retake. 30 seconds on the clock, and they are still far away from the side. Snaker is still in that house now, pushing forwards to find Spirit. 3 versus 3. Now Team MiCRO has to go really fast, especially that they are covering same positions. They are all coming from the shot. Right now, Paradox with the kill. Antalas already taken down, but Snaker going for the 2nd kill of the round. Party from the street, and Paradox still holding on to the side. Snaker with another one, but Paddy was just waiting for the chance to get a kill. 3-3, Reason Gaming not letting MiCRO find this retake again.
Another after-plan situation handled well by Reason Gaming, but also we must note that the way Spirit handled the beginning of the round is what makes Burgundy a very allied-oriented map, as here the defenders have to cross the street in order to get the B side, and the good sniper will make that pretty much impossible. And this time we are seeing 2 players cross in. However, the Hungarians already near the side take them down, and now we have Dub0 left alone. The bomb is being planted, and now Gobox finishes the round. The Hungarians actually take the lead this time, making the score 4-3.
It seems like Reason finally found the rhythm on the map. They struggled a bit at the very start, but right now those attacks are finally starting to look great. Played by the book, but Dub0 winning the scope duel and following with kill on Paradox. Party getting Kiko down, and Reason will be able to put one of them on side. So Ninja is still looking for a chance to get a kill. Skills will be pushing towards the streets. Party coming closer to the side as well with the Gabox. Dub0 finding a third kill of the rounds. As now Reason enter a very difficult post plant of 2 versus 4 with Team MiCRO, trying to once again find a draw here and another very important point on this Axis side.
Once again, 2 versus 4. Reason Gaming in an afterplan situation. They still have 40 seconds, which means MiCRO is using that precious time to make sure they don't leave any corners unchecked. And now Antalas, knowing one of the players' location, rushes in, and now Shepard and Skills are gone with a carefully planted grenade. And an accurate Car 98. Dub0 finishing the defusal in a couple of seconds. Ties it up 4-4 as we are heading into the 9th round of the first half on Burgundy. Seems we are going on a little journey with Spirit once again. Who is going to look on the street, seeing who crosses first. But this time there's not going to be any Axis players crossing, at least not yet, as we are seeing a mid-garden push, which now turns into 1 and now 2 people trying to cross over, but the Hungarians have already swarmed this site. Gobox is now planning the bomb, looking for the grenades and making sure nobody rushes through the smoke. Dub0 gets damaged, and now he kills Shepard instead. Spirit equalizing, takes down the shotgun. And now with the bomb plant, the Hungarians have the time working for them. Skills almost dying, but gets a kill if anything happens. And now Ninja trades him in. Spirit is now making sure that nobody comes in from their spawn. Gets a kill. Ninja is out. Now the rest of MiCRO are now looking for him actively, and they find him. 2 versus 2. And now they are looking through every single corner, making sure that this doesn't happen again. At least not in this round. Gobox hiding in the shadows. The shotgun takes down Dub0, and we only have Sneaker. It's 15 seconds on the clock, trying to get 2 players, but Pavadox with a powerful position takes him down. 5-4. Once again, Reason Gaming are going with the advantage.
But as you said, the ally side would be favored here. So Reason Gaming still would love to get a few more points just to be more sure of this Axis side coming from them. Of course, they still have a great sniper and few nice setups, but Dub0 once more harassing Spirit with those nades, and Dub0 being the biggest asset here from Team MiCRO on fighting on the street. Snaker with a nice position as well, and seems like Team MiCRO once more might go for the tie.
MiCRO with the mix-up in the strategy. Dub0 just rushing down, like we have seen Mozart do it from New Era a couple of times. Reason Gaming did not expect this at all, and now you see that 2 of their players have already gone down. Pavadox, however, is now already in the Axis sniper house, taking someone down. Shepard continuing the frag onto Snaker. Because J going down, it looks like MiCRO is now losing their position in the round. Dub0 is the only one left, and he hears Pavadox slowly coming for him with the Thompson. However, a quick no-scope does the job. He still has 2 more players to worry about, and he doesn't know anything about them, as he is slowly being sandwiched in from long distance by an M1 Garand and a Thompson. Skills is waiting around for his friend to fake a bomb plant, possibly. Shepard, however, is now looking to explore the spawn area. Doesn't find anybody, but now it seems that Dub0's location has been revealed as he misses a shot onto Skills, who is now successfully going towards A. And now the bomb is being planted by Shepard, who has no care in the world and just goes for the bomb plant immediately.
Dub0 in this 1v2. There's such a fantastic start coming from him. He might need to go for the ace, but Posse actually with the bash to finish the rounds. And what a point by Reason Gaming here. It should have been a show of Team MiCRO. It should have been Dub0's show. But turns out that he was only the villain of the story, as now the protagonists of Reason Gaming.
Once
I'd
again,
say
we're
in the
going on a
points.
ride in the first few seconds with Spirit on the scope. We didn't see anybody again, as MiCRO are not changing up the strategy on how to cross the B. And they have one player crossing successfully, but cannot get into the bomb site, as the Hungarians once again are much more quicker than that. The bomb plan is out with no kills on each side, and we already have every single grenade thrown out. Shepard is the first one to die, and Nakikoji looking for his next kill. Holding down the smoke, making sure nobody's on the jump. And now his teammates are coming in to rush down double window. Skills getting a fragged up. Zero is out, which means that MiCRO cannot use the scope anymore. Their advantage in this round. Kikoji getting injured. Now looking to re-peek. Pavlok takes him down. Gobbles goes out as of Ninja. And now Antolash with 15 seconds on the clock tries to help Snaker, but they are unable to catch the Hungarians, who have now gotten a 7th round on the board for them as they kill the last defenders.
And Reason putting those extra points at the end of first half. 74, it's already looking great as they're passing the half points mark. With only 6 more rounds needed to advance to the grand finals to seek revenge on New Era for that loss in the quarterfinals of the upper bracket. A match that happened such a long time ago. It's hard to believe that it was today. I mean, today. In a period of like 12 hours, because we are 33 minutes in the new day. With Zero right now, once more doing such a great job on streets. He is a key player of Team MiCRO, but sometimes even his presence is not enough. But this time, it might be it. He's finally going down, but already took 3 people with him. Leaving Pavadox in the 1 versus 3 clutch. As Hungarian will be able here to go to the A side, but defending that bomb from 3 MiCRO players might be just too much even for him.
Once again, Dub0 switching up his tactic, this time going for the classic approach on peeking the players. Looking at the axis cross, and that gifted him 3 kills. And now Pavadox has to do this alone in a 1 versus 3 before he can do anything. Ninja shuts him down, and we end the first half with 7-5, which means now Reason Gaming is going for the Axis side. Team MiCRO will have to attack.
And we saw Dub0 doing incredible things on the street, even though that he was playing as the Axis here. And Reason would love to have someone like that during their defense, and of course Dub0 will try to be as successful with the scope while playing on the ally side here. 75, still pretty decent score, as even though that Burgundy is an ally-sided map, we've seen various things happening, and 6 points on the defense are definitely in the range for Reason Gaming here.
One thing that could be problematic is if Gobox or Skills, who are currently looking very average on this map so far, cannot find their footing like they did last time we saw them on Matmata. But we still have 3 more really good players on that team, in the form of Pavadox, Shepard, and Skills. We are arguably looking at one of the best Hungarian lineups you could make right now. And let's see if there is enough to bring down MiCRO. We are still looking for one more player to get ready. But as I say it, we are now continuing on to the second half of this second map. Remember, Reason Gaming was the one to take the first one, Matmata, 13-7. A very decisive first half, but then MiCRO pushed back a bit, but in the end, it was still Reason Gaming that got the win. And now Shepard is the one that goes down first. We see his teammates now rolling into B. Gobox and Pavadox entrenching themselves in double window. The Americans are now slowing down as they know that they have enemies on B.
And Zero once again showing us why Team MiCRO is here. What a great kind of player he is. And MiCRO finally going for the final push of Antalas. What an 8 to find a double. And then seems like this round would easily go to the side of Team MiCRO as Kicker puts another kill into the pool. Right now with all his skills being alive. Struggling to find even one kill here, and Dubzira takes it even further. What a fantastic round from MiCRO. Starting with Dubzira and ending with Dubzira. In the meantime, Antalas, one of the best nades that we've seen on the whole stream today. 7-6, MiCRO finds the contact once again. Is now both teams are so close to one another. As now Spirit is fighting on the street. But Gabox on the push with that shotgun. We know that he's dangerous, but he stops at one as Kiko strikes. Skills catching out. Enemy scope. But Kiko once more being the one to find the revenge. 3 versus 3 with Team MiCRO being put on hold. But this position of Ninja might be dangerous as all of Reason's players are focused either on B or on the streets. And Ninja is sneaking from the back. Might be a huge surprise for the skills. And what's most important, he might take over Bombside A before Reason Gaming is able to realize what's happening.
We are seeing skills right now in a very all-in position. In the back of the truck has Shepard trying to help him, but skills goes down before he can get a kill, which means that Reason Gaming is now one man against the MiCRO attack. And we are already seeing Antalash with the shotgun coming up close. He's already in Sniper House upstairs with DMG takes down Podox. Shepard left in a 1 versus 3. Doesn't know anything about the enemy just yet. Who is lurking in the shadows. Baiting Shepard. Making sure he slips up. And there we see Kikosje is getting taken out by a perfect timing by Shepard. Antalash with the shotgun, expecting the Hungarian player to turn up upstairs. And now he's retreating in the corner, then peeking suddenly, taking down Shepard 7-7. Team MiCRO has already tied up. The 2 rounds of this half so far has gone to the Americans.
And everything that was said about MiCRO having to get their head into the game and about having to warm up can be forgotten right now, as they are starting strong on the second half of this Burgundy skills. Finds a great nade, Kikosi this time he won't really be able to do much. As now Reason Gaming are the ones to find the first kill, but Team MiCRO still going for those counts. Dubzira trying to get any sort of advantage here for his team. Scoping to the B side. Well hidden positions from both Pavadox and Party right there, and Dubzira still fighting on the mids, while Team MiCRO is setting up this one push with smoke and 2 nades, and we finally see smoke coming down, cutting off the streets as nades will also fall over the whole of the side. And now Skills with a huge chance to maybe find Snaker here in this duel, but Snaker will be the one to take the lead. And right now, stretch defensive Reasons Gaming as they have to care about A sides too. But Team MiCRO, it's all part of their plan to go to the B side and bait Reason first into rotating to the other side of the map. 4 versus 4, 50 seconds on the clock, and MiCRO finally getting to the B shot, going for the push. 2 players inside. They're already looking for those eliminations. Smoke is helping a bit. The rotation coming from Gabox. Ninja looking for that kill. And in the meantime, Snaker might go to A for a sneaky plant.
And as you can see, after that disastrous situation in double window, getting taken out by a single grenade, Reason is now opting for a more divided approach. Players now taking position in the separate ends of B site, holding a crossfire, which seems to help as Shepard gets a 4K, finishes off the round 8-7. Once again, Hungarians getting a single point lead. Look at that last frag. What a nice 4K.
And this setup looked so much better from Reason Gaming here, and Team MiCRO couldn't really do much about it. Turns out that the smoke that they put was more of a help for Reason than an obstacle, and Spirit finally winning that duel with Dubzira. Starting well for Reason Gaming here in Pavadox. Now onto the fire, Antaras with the nade. Putty once more with the response. He is definitely on his highest speed. Find those eliminations. Putty still fighting for another one as Team MiCRO is trying to push towards the B side. 3 players here, but Gabox with help. Not many successes by far for Team MiCRO as it is 4 versus 2, and Gabox holding that shotgun, holding that window, but not holding for much longer. Antalas with the kill. Skills already trying to push for the back, especially that Antalas now finds the kill. And seems like Team MiCRO might have a chance there. Spirit struggling, Kiko with the kill, and Reason Gaming possibly losing a point that should have been theirs. Let's see if Skills can clutch this one. 1 versus 2. Hiding in that spot, waiting for the plans. But we will see the split. And now Antalas finally taking care of that bomb. Will he find the kill? Yes, he will. Finds the first. Goes for the second, but Antalas, what a round by him. And Reason losing such a great point with such a huge lead. Being too overconfident going into that fight. And Antalas with a great punish with that shotgun.
Absolutely monstrous gameplay by Antalas right there. Single-handedly leading the charge on the B. And now we have a new round in our hands. With an 8-8 score. This time MiCRO is focusing their efforts towards A and the middle section. Especially the garden area. Dubzera getting hit by a random grenade. Reason are now already out of grenades. Meanwhile, we see 2 more grenades on Team MiCRO. One of them being thrown out. One of them lost on Ninja's corpse. And Antalas still has his own grenade. However, has already used up the smoke. Meanwhile, Skills and Gobox have gone down. Which means MiCRO have a 1-man advantage. Now Shepard and Spirit about to meet a couple of enemies. Spirit seems like he's got elite level trigger discipline as he gets 2 frags, making sure that they have no idea what happens. Next, Kikoje going down. Dubzera is the last person coming to A as well, just like his fallen teammates did, who did not suspect a thing about Spirit hiding behind these walls.
And this possibly the most important part of this round, and Spirit with such a good discipline, completely changing the result, the outcome of the rounds. But Dubzera still on the loose, 15 seconds. He's now baited by Spirit by those steps, but Dubzera with no time. Spirit just running away as he knows that this round is already won. Reason Gaming taking the lead once more, 9-8, and Spirit finally getting the third as Dubzera decided to just make a jump of faith. More like a jump of death here. 9-8. Reason Gaming only 4 points away from the grand final.
Now that he has used up that position, there is no way MiCRO will not check it again. But this time, our hero is going down along with Gobox and Skills. And now Shepard needs the list of alive people. And now Pavlov's joining the spectators. MiCRO gets a very fast round, 9-9. Once again, the score is tied up. And remember, Team MiCRO is on the advantageous side.
And another part of this thriller of Dubzera fighting with Spirit on the middle on the street, but seems like this time neither of them would walk out victorious with their opponent dead. But we do see a pretty much of aggression coming towards the A side, especially Ninja, who finds Skills out of position. Ninja for the second, completely surprising Reason Gaming with such a fast push on A side. And this might be MiCRO finally taking their advantage back. They were struggling to do so for a long time, but it seems like a perfect moment to get your hands on the lead and try to hold it to the very end. Spirit now with the miss. Spirit struggles a lot. Pistol will help, but it's still 2 versus 4. Spirit with the nade. Can it connect? It cannot. And the worst part is that it's also Gabox being eliminated. Kiko not keeping us in this round any longer. 10-9, Team MiCRO taking the lead and possibly bringing us to the third map of the series.
Now that Team MiCRO has taken the lead, it seems that Reason Gaming once again is now losing the magic ingredient that helped them get the first map. As we see this defense in disarray in the last couple of rounds. At least this time, we are seeing two players cross the B. However, they are both in double window, which could prove very fatal. But it seems like Pavadox now is slowly crawling out to the wall. Could find two players, gets the information, but now the Americans are slowly trying to push him, but Shepard takes one down the smoke. Antolosh is out, Dub0 following up, which means there's no scope or shotgun left. Gobble's getting a lurk, a backstab on the street, and now looking to get another frag, but gets injured himself. Snaker is left as the only player standing. The American soldier equipped with the Core 98, which could be a very interesting combo if you think about it. But in the end, Shepard is there to make sure it gets taken away. 10-10, Reason Gaming tying it up, making sure that MiCRO cannot get away.
Oh, it will be a very interesting finisher here. Snaker with a fantastic nade. Paradox already eliminated in those first few seconds. Kiko looking for more, but they already found so much with Ninja and Dub0 with all eliminations. Dub0 and Kiko, a clean sweep from MiCRO, 11-10. MiCRO taking the lead once more in Reason. Want to win without overtimes. Now it's all or nothing. All 3 points must go to them. If no, the overtime or even the third map might be needed to conclude the winner of this final of the lower brackets.
Again, the Hungarian team wasn't even able to start the cross on the B, as they were already killed in front of the allies, in front of the Axis sniper house. And now we see Gobox going down for his skills. However, is able to take revenge. Sees a second player, tries a one-tap, which doesn't quite connect, but still has the information that we have someone towards A long. Shepard finding Kikoje and APC. Now looking towards the street, doesn't find anyone because of the smoke. But now we're hearing the second smoke pop in as Antalas throws his grenade out. This is now allowing MiCRO to advance in the smoke. You can see Snaker coming very close to the entrance, but gets taken out by Shepard, who was expecting this move. And now 2 versus 4. MiCRO are looking to go on separate ways. Dub0, the last person standing, is going towards A, takes down Spirit, who was looking to cover the main street. Shepard allows Dub0 to plant the bomb, and now he's looking for the frag with the pistol, but Dub0 gets him instead, and now Skills from behind gets the frag. 11-11 once again. Reason Gaming tie up the score. And before the bomb defusal, it seems that Pavadox is looking for a weapon to bring to his friend. They have a lot of time to do so, as a bomb defusal is only 10 seconds, and we have 30 more in reserve. There we go. Pavadox has found an M1 Garand, which will most likely go to Gobox.
11-11. Once more, we will see Reason Gaming playing all 24 rounds of the map with possibility of overtime. Last time we've seen it, it was them sitting on that point number 11. And of course, Complexi getting that fantastic downfield. Dub0 with the push, but Nade will connect. Skills finally catching Dub0. On the start of the round, we haven't seen many of those Nade eliminations coming from Reason Gaming, but now Kiko with a great push aggression coming from the A side. He's so deadly here by Team MiCRO, but Spirit with the headshot. It is 4 versus 3, and now Gabox in the smoke, waiting for a chance to shine as Spirit finds another kill. Party as well, it's only Ninja, so seems like Reason Gaming will get 1 match point here. Ninja in the fight, but Gabox with the shotgun, and Reason with 1 chance to go to the grand finals.
That is an absolutely monstrous effort from Spirit this time, after Dub0 gets taken out, making sure that the enemy scope is punished for that aggression. Just goes into the MG and gets 2 kills. Absolute insanity, I have to say. Now let's see what the last round of regular time will give us, as Shepard goes down first. Skills, hearing a lot of footsteps coming towards his way, and now it's only 2 versus 5. The Hungarian defense is falling apart. Ninja is going down to Spirit's scope, and now Paradox is out as well. 1 versus 4. Spirit getting another kill. He now has the shotgun coming his way. He has to retreat if he doesn't want to get killed immediately. Antalash is going down. 1 versus 2. Spirit gets a 3rd kill. And now we see the players running away as Spirit is now equipped with an MP44.
He found the secondary, but playing definitely a primary role here. But it still will be a tough clutch. It still looks a bit better, as it's not 1v5, as it's 1v2. But so many options when it comes to those positions. Snaker. Oh, this might be sneaky. Who can find who? But seems like he is aware of that. But he's not able to get the kill. Snaker with the great reaction here. And MiCRO taking this to overtime.
That is an absolutely insane scenario to be in. Getting 3 kills with immense effort, then seeing your 4th one clip through the wall, so you already know he is there, but then the timing allows Sneaker to just turn left and get the kill onto you. And that must be very, very sad for Spirit, as the team now heads over into overtime. 3 rounds for each side. We are waiting on 2 players to press F so we can continue this madness of a match.
Let's see how long we can go on this Burga, and Reason Gaming not being able to use their chances properly. We've seen that happening on the second map of the lower bracket semi-final. This time it was a happy end with them winning on Leningrad. But who knows what will happen here. And if we even will see this map number 3, as we are ready to go. Reason Gaming, Team MiCRO going into the overtime. Reason, of course, starting as the Axis here, and MiCRO as the allies. A perfect scenario for Reason would be finding at least 2 points on the Axis side. So only 2 more would be needed, as the allies Dub0 misses the shot. And seems like at least 2 people from Reason will be able to get safely to bomb site B.
In the first few seconds, we can see from Dub0 scope that the Axis players are flying as if they had wings, crossing over to B, which means that now B is heavily defended, and this prompted MiCRO to slow down the action, as they are now just waiting. 1 minute 30 on the clock. It seems that nobody wants to push. Everyone's just waiting for the other side to slip up first, and neither of them is willing to do so. We are hearing the smoke pop on B side once again, with the very, very interesting and unorthodox smoke in the middle. And now it seems that Povodox will be taken out with that grenade, unless he jumps out in time. And there we go, Kikosj getting the entry with that grenade. Kikosj is taken down by Spirit with a grenade as well. 3 Americans already on the side. Spirit in double window, equipped with only a sniper rifle. Shepard helps him out. Skills getting another frag himself. And now Antalash gets taken down. 13-12. First round of the overtime goes to the Hungarians.
And even though that they found a beautiful nade, perfect lineup for Pavadox's position, seems like Reason with that rotation finally found a way to stop those attacks. And that position from Party, fantastically used. MiCRO not checking every corner, and it buys them back as Reason gets the points. 1 more needed for them to feel comfortable. A quick trade. Ninja for Pavadox, 4 against 4, but now Skills on this fight. Looking for another kill for Reason Gaming here, but suspecting that Samite might be coming back from behind. Party looking for another chance to kill, and already the MiCRO planting the bomb on bomb side B. A fight with Kiko's J. Kiko struggling here, but Gabox to help. Dub0 gets the kill. Kiko with this fight. Kiko and Dub0 once again coming with the clutch, and another one. He is everywhere. Party still trying, but it is 1 versus 3, so it seems like this would be 13 all. And Team MiCRO will tie the score once again.
Shepard now playing the waiting game, seeking to find the enemy here on short. Gets taken down by the MiCRO player, 13-13. Team MiCRO tying it up in the overtime. Let's see Dub0's monstrous effort in helping his teammates. Absolutely beautiful action by the sniper, who we are going to follow in these next few seconds, as he's looking for the players crossing again. As we are going to see Shepard cross. He crosses with perfect timing. One Axis player is now on the site, challenged by nobody. Pavadox coming along as well for the ride. Both of them now huddled up in the safety of double window. And now with no micro grenades left, they have breathing room in there until a rush comes along. Kikoje is taken out with Spirit's last grenade, and we are seeing both Reason and MiCRO without any utilities.
But we are seeing MiCRO with less and less people to fight with, as it's now only Antalas and Reason will be winning the first half of overtime. 2-1, but it's them playing as the Axis. That's the plot twist, because now, if Team MiCRO wants to win this game without any more overtimes, they will have to play the perfect game of defense, as Reason takes point number 14 with a need of just 2 attacks, good enough to bring them to victory, to the grand final.
Now as we're heading into the second half of the overtime, the first one, as I need to add, just to be safe, Reason Gaming is now going on the attack, and they have a lot of breathing room, as they had 2 rounds in defense, which is arguably the hardest side on this map. And now MiCRO will have to defend against the Hungarian aggression, which could be very fatal if the stars align.
And seems like we are ready to roll. Round number 28, ladies and gentlemen, as Reason right now with a great chance to find another match points. But we saw Dub0 being absolutely cracked as a scope here, and Kiko with the nade, Patty with a revenge, 1 for 1, eye for an eye. Coming from both sides now, trying to stop the D-Push, but Reason waiting out this utility, throwing some more by themselves. Skill takes down Kiko, 4 versus 3. Reason, if they could start with the victory, have 2 more match points here. Party found by Dub0, 3 versus 3. Now Reason, knowing that there's still someone on the side, but Spirit doing a great job of taking care of Snaker. Widening that attack. Reason going also for A side, and seems like it might be the main targets here, as Gabox staying near the tank, staying near the streets. Dub0 and Antalas. Dub0, by the way, being the only player with Paddy who pushed 30 on this map. I think Paddy was the first one, as both did this in this rounds. 1 minute on the clock, still plenty of time for Reason Gaming. And how much can Dub0 do here? As 2 players are coming to his side of the map. He's looking with the scope and skills, winning the duel. Leaving only Antalas far away from the sides, far away from the bomb. And still with Gabox to pass.
Let's see how Antalas tries to cross the street, as he already has 1 person looking for him. The shotgun with Gabox doesn't go very far, but can give you valuable information. And now Skills taking the kill, getting the 15th round on the board, which means Reason Gaming is now at a map and also match point. There are 2 opportunities for MiCRO to bring it back to a second overtime, but it is an uphill battle for sure, as they are on the Axis side. But they're starting off well. Spirit goes down thanks to a snake or grenade. But the Hungarian team is now slowly forcing themselves onto B site. Antalas looking over the window, trying to catch somebody off guard. Dubzera shooting random no-scopes, hoping to find at least a tag, if not a kill. And now Gobox left outside to make sure he can backstab the enemy.
Paradox and Party finding those very important eliminations, especially the fact that MiCRO were coming to this post stand with 2 people more. Paradox and Party. Can they hold together? Skills helps. It might be the end as MiCRO are losing team member after team member. Ninja and Snaker. The only 2 left right now. But Party with another. Ninja in 1 versus 3. And Reason takes this to the end and are going to the grand finals against New Era for the rematch, for the revenge, for the upper bracket quarterfinals. Oh, what a fantastic match by both of those teams. But once again, Reason Gaming coming out on top. We suspected that this might be the final, but definitely did not expect for Reason to be such a hard journey. Great to see other teams also succeeding here in Call of Duty 2. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going for a break to give them some time to breathe. And in like 15 to 20 minutes, we should start the last match, the grand final of the whole tournament. New Era versus Reason Gaming. Stay tuned and see you in 15 minutes.